What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm very excited to bring to your attention a project that was just announced that is scheduled for release on the 1st of December 2022 called Geronimo. It's being developed by a studio that I have never heard of called Dark Matter Games. And I'm just going to go straight to their Steam store and read exactly what this game is supposed to be, because I don't think I can describe it fairly, because it's my dream game. And this is what they say. Inspired by games such as Ready or Not, Rainbow Six Siege, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and Insurgency Sandstorm, Geronimo is a highly realistic, tactical, and immersive CQB shooter that has been built from the ground up for virtual reality. Play solo or with your friends and carry out operations throughout our procedural environments, as well as custom-built missions inspired by real-world raids. The trailer that's playing right now, and I'll loop in the video, I'll overlay the GIFs and the other data from the Steam page as we do it, shows a compound that is the Abbottabad, Pakistan compound where Osama bin Laden was killed during Operation Neptune Spear. The pro word for UBL on that night was Geronimo. Clearly, they're going for an aesthetic here. It's a special operations, virtual reality, close quarters battle simulator, which is basically my love language, guys. And I'm kind of freaking out a little bit irresponsibly, to be honest with you, about the potential that this game could have. They also say procedurally generated environments. I've said time and again that a CQB shooter especially needs procedurally generated environments, a la 6 Days in Fallujah, yet to be seen, but they claim to have that, in order to stay fresh. You want enemies to move. You want the threats to look different each time. You want that game to retain replayability over time. This game says it does that. And custom-built missions inspired by real-world raids. Clearly, the first one they're referring to is the Osama bin Laden raid, and yeah, I mean, the map itself looks phenomenal. No complaints so far. If we keep on reading, they have a Discord that's already up. They have a Steam page that's up. Go wishlist this thing, for Christ's sake. Follow them on Twitter. Follow their YouTube page. And yeah, just dive in. Breaching. So breaching is a key feature in Geronimo. A wide range of methods are available, one or more of which can be used in any given situation. Blow holes in walls, ceilings, and floors to create new entry points to barricaded compounds. So there's some degree of destruction potentially available. We don't know if that's anywhere or specified locations, but clearly they're using the right terminology. They're talking about barricaded shooters. They understand the threat associated with that. You want to have means to get into that place without having to walk through a fatal funnel. And the developers are aware of it. And the GIF here showing the door breach shows the door being destroyed and an effective entry and clearance of a barricaded shooter. So yes, please. And I can't wait to see what like a wall shot looks like, roof shot, floor shot, window shot, whatever, man. Like, let's do it all. Mechanical breaching, ballistic breaching, yes. Procedural mission generator. I already emphasized the importance of this, but they say you can experience the uncertainty of operating through an intelligent procedural mission generating system that reshapes the battlefield each time you play it. Every room, every building, and every enemy changes each time. Guys, if you pull that off, you're changing the game. You're changing the game. Dynamic AI. This is a huge one. They're saying all the right things, man. Inspired by Call of Duty Modern Warfare missions such as Clean House and Wolf's Den. Guys, do you remember the first time you played Clean House? I did. It's a pretty fucking phenomenal experience. If they're going for that, if they achieve that aesthetic in virtual reality, I don't know why you'd play anything else if you're into the stuff that we're into. I don't know why you would. Geronimo brings an unpredictable dynamic AI to the game, and it forces you to think, act, and decide quickly because lives depend on it. The AI will hide in closets, 0 Hour, Ready or Not's doing that now, hide under beds, same thing, and use every possible advantage they can in a room. That's exactly what you want a thinking, challenging, artificial intelligence enemy to do. The barricaded shooters, machine gun nests settled down the hallway, just like overseas, folks. I mean, like that dude laying in the shadow at the end of the hall underneath a rug with a freaking PK on bipod just hosing down the fatal funnel. Like, that's real, man. Suicide bombers, oh God. And everything is possible. So they're saying all the right stuff. Let's take a look at this trailer here. And yeah, let's take a look at this trailer. I'll talk through it as we go. I've been playing it on a loop this whole time. I'm just going to give you my thoughts. It's about 90 seconds long. Dude loads in, has pretty good sound quality during the weapon actions in the background. This thing looks like an HK416 or something close to it. It's got an EOTech that's not an EOTech on it, a PEC-15 on the front. It's got a weapon light on it as well. Looks like it has a mag pull, angled foregrip on the front, a mag pull PMAG as well, and it also looks like a Magpul stock. So a lot of Magpul furniture on this 416. And, you know, the gloves here, I think they're an asset. I feel like I've seen those same like Oakley hard knuckle gloves in Onward and other games as well. There's nothing wrong with using assets, especially for a young studio, you know, developing a game super early on. So no complaints there. It's just something I'd hope they improve on over time or replace eventually. But I would hate for something like rendering a 3D model of a glove to prevent them from getting their game to market when they desperately need that cash as a young studio. So like, by all means, guys, use the assets, get the game to a playable state, let us have it, we'll pay for it, keep developing it, don't fail us. Keep going here, and I think these assaulters in front of him are AI because they all start like moving in the same way at exactly the same time. I don't think they're players, or this is all scripted. It's difficult to say if it's a scripted thing or whatever, but I think the player controller, like the perspective that we're looking at, is very much a player. And again, this is that UBL compound, the Abbottabad, Pakistan, that famous place where UBL died. They're landing in the courtyard outside. The helicopter would have crashed out here, you know, real world. They're moving to the breach. Over off to the 11 o'clock or so. Red laser on. Silly, guys. Obviously, we don't do that at nighttime. You'd want IR laser on. You'd want nods down, but they're making a trailer. It looks cool. All right, don't give them too hard a time. Cool to see the AI at the high port to avoid flagging his buddy there. Definitely pretty neat. AI pulling security long down the alley. There's that famous alley right outside the compound. This is on the other side of the compound. Looks like they might have two teams. I also think this is another gun. You'll see in a second. This gun has a suppressor on it. The first 416 we saw did not. Environment looks amazing when you think about CQB shooters. I mean, this looks like Half-Life Alyx, you know, fidelity. It's got the furniture. It's got the vegetation. You know, Onward does not have this. It does not. You know, Crunch VR, great game, doesn't have this. There's not a whole lot of Pavlov. Only the custom maps have this, you know, so it's a degree of fidelity that we have not seen in quite a while. And I imagine that the procedurally generated levels may not be to the same degree of fidelity, but these custom, you know, handcrafted levels are. I hope that this supports mods so that we can make our own levels and equipment. One shot center mass. That was a suppressed shot. Cool to see the smoke come off of that 416. White light inside looks okay. Like, it's not the best like image of light I've seen. It is pretty damn good for VR. I mean, compared to some of the VR lights we've got, this is extremely well done. But when you compare it to like Ready or Not, which has a really good light throw now anyway, it's not quite there. It is cool to see like the voluminous, you know, the God rays and some of the dust in the room. Coming off that light definitely looks really good. And then we see our first no shoot here. So a civilian appears to be unarmed, immediately cowers down. He's scared. He's backing away from the player into the corner. So that's really cool. It'll be interesting to see how people deal with that sort of stuff. If you can restrain these dudes with flex cuffs, if you can move them to other rooms, if you have to report them, if you have to search them, if they can pull out concealed weapons, like all those things, you know, that we value in these style games. Red laser's on again, moving to breach. He's got an assaulter adjacent to him. Drops the nods. Nice pano view. Green phosphor. Everyone does have quad tube, GP and VGs. You can see it there on the left side of the screen. His buddy does also look like he's got a 416. Single man clear on the right. Bad tactics, but that's okay. They're just making a trailer. It's okay, guys. It's okay. Explosive breach here. 4-man stack. Stack's not perfect, but hey, like, I accept. And if you're playing with your friends, you can have them where you want. So 2 bad guys and a hostage inside. This does kind of beg the question, in the procedurally generated maps, are we going to have different game modes? I don't want to just do terrorist hunt for 5 years. Like, let me rescue some hostages. Let me kill some high value individuals. Let me do some sensitive site exploitation, destroy a cache, do combat search and rescue, something. But, you know, dynamic missions with different objectives for sure. For sure. There you have it, folks. The game looks fantastic. Ooh. Oh, it sounds so good. The game looks fantastic. Go to the Discord, join it up. Make sure you wishlist this thing on Steam. Go check out their YouTube channel, check out their Twitter. Let's support these guys. Like, I have faith, man. Like, but a small team like this with a huge undertaking like this needs the support of the players early. And I'm just gonna give it to them. I'm skeptical. You know, I'm not certain this is gonna go our way. I'm not. but I do know that if we don't support them early, it won't go our way. So they've got my support, and I'm standing by to do whatever I can to make this game a success, so long as they deliver. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, subscribe to the channel so that I can eat something other than ramen next week, and leave a comment below with your favorite animal. My name is Controlled Pairs, and this was Geronimo. See you guys in the next one.